What's up guys, this is Chris here, and today we're going to be looking at a nice little subcompact. As a matter of fact, this is a very premium subcompact, and it is a 2011. Well, it is a double stack 1911, and they're almost the same thing. However, this guy is in the carry variety. This is from Wilson Combat here, and this is their EDC X9 3.25. Now, we've had the EDC X9 on the channel before, we've had the Experior on the channel before, and I liked them both. 4-inch version, they have a 5-inch version. This is the smallest version they make, I believe, and this is kind of like a subcompact X. So if you're looking at it in Glock terms, which I kind of always look at everything in Glock terms, this is kind of like a Glock 26 barrel with a Glock 19 grip. So we have a 15 round magazine with a 3¼ inch barrel, and then we have a whole bunch of trimmings on this gun that hopefully make this shoot very, very well. Wilson Combat is notorious for reliability and craftsmanship, and I probably have to assume this is going to be the same. However, one thing that does concern me just a little bit is I've only ever had one Wilson Combat of like the 10 I've had here for review that had a couple of problems, and that was a subcompact. Traditionally, when you get a 1911 and you go down in size, they get less and less reliable. And on these EDC X9 version, this is not a 1911. This is it's not really a 2011 either. It's a design that Wilson Combat came up with to kind of solve a lot of the issues. You know, it's their proprietary design. So hopefully we won't have any of those issues. Comes with a 15 round magazine, comes with 2 of these, and they are very, very high quality. I like these magazines a lot, and these EDC X9 guns have been very reliable in previous testing. Like I said, the subcompact we had from Wilson was a standard 1911, not an EDC X9. Comes with a Picatinny rail here that we put a TLR7A on because I figured why not have a light on your light rail. 3.25 inch cold hammer forged barrel there, which you can see with the inverted crown, which is something Wilson Combat does super well. Mine's a little dirty, it's got some rounds through it. We just test fired it. I love the inverted crown, and then we have high ride red dot sights there, black rear with a front fiber optic, and it came with an RMR mount. We did get this from Manning & Sons, we appreciate them. They're a big sponsor of the channel, and again, they've sent us a gun for review. We have the X pattern on the slide here, and then we have some fluting cuts on the barrel to make it look very cool. All the cuts are excellent. We have a DLC coating on the gun, so it's going to be very, very durable in coating. You don't have to worry about salt water and shit like that. And then we have the X cuts on the grip as well, and this grip, unlike most 2011s, is very, very small. It's not a bad thing at all. It's just a lot of times 2011s have a very large grip circumference, and in the case of this one, this is going to feel different than any 2011 you've ever felt. It's certainly a unique grip, and I think it's done very well. They do have grip modules for this, large and small, I believe. Maybe there's a medium too. I've never bought any of them. I just know I'm aware that they exist, so you can change the grip. We do have an extended slide lock slide release there, which is pretty cool, especially because it stays out of the way for the most part, and then when you want it, it is right there. Single-sided safety on this one. However, you can do ambi safeties if you want, combat hammer, all the good stuff, and then you're going to have a very nice crisp straight to the rear trigger with no beaver tail to be concerned with here. So I'll show you one more time. As you can see, the brake on the trigger, like all Wilson Combat 2011, 1911 style guns, is exceptional. That's one of the things you're paying for. Very, very small travel on the trigger with maybe a 4-pound brake. This one's a little heavier than some of the other ones I've tried, but that makes sense because it's the subcompact and it is a carry gun, and for a lot of people will be pointed right at your junk. So, so let's do the reset here. Very, very small and light. This gun's gonna be fast. So hopefully we're reliable and accurate today. Usually the travel on the trigger can kind of tell me whether a gun's gonna be fast or not, as long as I can keep a hold of it. It's the same grip essentially as the EDC X9 and the Experior we've had on the channel. I just have a shorter barrel. So we'll see how that changes or affects reliability and distance shooting, and we'll take it out and we'll shoot it and see what happens. Before we do that though, I do want to thank my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. It's because of you guys we have cool guns and ammo and stuff on the channel, and it's really because of you that we are here in the first place to give you honest reviews. We appreciate your support. We don't have to rely on the industry like a lot of other channels, so if you want to support us, just go down to Patreon. That link is in the description. Also in that description is a link to a local shelter in Ames, Iowa. It's the YSS. Those kids could use some help, so please go down in the description of this video and all of my videos and click the link, and it'll bring you right to the donate page. Now, let's continue subcompact summer with this Wilson Combat, and let's shoot this bad boy and see how it goes. Our 5-yard square's seen better days, I'll tell you that. Load this guy up here. We'll throw a group down, and we're just gonna get it zeroed and not take anything too seriously, feel the recoil, get an idea of how the gun's gonna shoot, zero the dot, and then we'll start plinking. Alright, so we're way low. We got to come up a little bit, but luckily we're rocking a Trigicon, so I can just do it with the bullet. I think we're pretty close. I'm chewing the hole out of the middle of that. Whoa. It's interesting because if I rock one of these curved triggers on a 2011, every once in a while, for some reason, here, I'll unload it and show you. Every once in a while, instead of going straight to the rear, especially on a gun this small, I have a tendency to sometimes press the bottom of the trigger and I'll dip the gun down at the last second, because what you're doing is part of that is anticipating recoil. You squeeze the gun real hard and it just dips down a little bit. And then when you grab the trigger, you dip down a little bit, and that's how you get those like inch throws. Like you throw it an inch low. That's exactly what's going on. You're tensing up and you're pulling the bottom of the trigger a little bit. And because of that, I literally dropped that one like 2 inches. I had bullseye, 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 2-inch drop. And it's just, that's one of the things you gotta watch when you're shooting tiny guns accurately. Gotta go a little right yet. All right, so we got some Blazer brass loaded up here, and see how we do at about 50. Pretty good so far.
Yeah, that was really good.
Let's go back. That's too easy. When I throw them, I do throw them low, just because I talked about earlier. Oh, geez, about fell there.
Get in that tiny hole.
Should we see how it home defends?
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of the good things about a gun this size, is you're talking about a 24-ounce, 3.5-inch barrel, so it's short enough to carry, light enough to carry. You can still mount an optic, still mount a light, have 15-round 9mm capacity. That's more than formidable enough for home defense. Alright, so we're at the 10-yard line here, and we'll just, I don't know, you want to do 2-2-2?
Do the 2-2-2.
They win. I don't know if I hit all those.
I think I would have been dead, but...
It's hard to do when I'm not looking. Usually when I'm looking at the target, it's much easier. Let's see. Try it one more time. Try safety.
Mm-hmm.
So, the EDC X9 3.25 performed, in my opinion, as I expected. If you pay $3,400, which is what the MSRP is for this gun, you expect a gun that shoots very accurately, very reliably. In this case, I think we've achieved that, right? We were able to hit 75 pretty consistently. I enjoy when I can hit anything at 75 through the VTAC barricade with a subcompact handgun. I mean, that's usually a victory for me. But then we took it up close, and of course, in 2011 fashion, the gun is very fast because you have a very short reset on the trigger and you can just pile them off up close. I did have a couple issues initially with the accuracy of the gun, and the reason for that is I have big long Jack Skellington fingers, and instead of the trigger pull I like to do is just like this. If I have to go way out and down, sometimes I do snatch it low, and I did do that on this pistol quite a few times. That motion of just kind of pulling it a little too much. And we got over that and we started shooting really accurately. However, I do prefer a slightly longer reach. Now, luckily with this gun, you can buy those larger grip modules if you want. However, this is, again, it's not my gun. So far, I think this would be an excellent carry gun for almost everybody that doesn't have mammoth hands. And if you do, then you just get the bigger grip. The aluminum lower on the gun does save weight over a steel, and it does look better than a polymer. It is very nice in the grip and feel itself, because with an aluminum grip, you're able to do all the milling and all the cool stuff and make it look all nice. However, in my experience, I do believe that aluminum grips do have a little bit more felt recoil than polymer, because polymer flexes a little bit, and of course they have more recoil than a steel because the steel has the weight. And physics being what they are, weight always helps with recoil. So this gun was snappy. Now, that was one of the reasons I was dropping them low too, because you got to bear down so much on the gun. However, there's actually a lot of points here on the gun for me to bear down. First off, you can use the safety as a recoil control device. Secondly, I was able to get a damn decent grip on it, even though the grip is small, and I was able to use that palm of my hand on my left hand for recoil control like you're supposed to. It was nice being able to get friction on the gun, and then of course you throw a light on the gun, and you can also thumb drive a little bit if you want to, although I did not. I don't practice techniques that I can't use on every gun, generally. So I don't usually drive with the light, because if I'm operating the light, I can't drive with the light, and then you end up kind of NDing the light all the time. Overall, it was very good. I like the gun a lot. If you want to see a full review of it, let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please support Oklahoma shelters. Remember to recycle. I'll check you later.